Tonight was a sellout, 15,238. The gate was 2.5 million. That's U.S. Fight of the night was the main event. Performance of the night went to Devontae Smith and Montana De La Rosa. So congratulations to all of them. They all won $50,000.
Can we get your thoughts on the main event, how Israel Adesanya looked? What did you think of his performance, and where do you see him at his position in his career?
It was fun, man. That first round was like a kung fu movie, you know? It was a fun fight to watch, very fun, with two guys who are incredibly talented. I was saying yesterday, any odds makers that makes Anderson Silva 7-1 is out of their mind. I mean, the guy is always taking care of himself. He's a great martial artist, and, that was a fun fight. But Israel went in with a sold-out house tonight, a lot of pressure on him to go in against the guy. Anderson's 42 years old. He's supposed to go in and beat Anderson, But those are the kind of positions you're in that you got a lot of pressure on you when you go in. Anderson even said, all the pressure's on him. There's none on me. And it was a fun fight. I think he did a good job against nobody. I don't know how people can't give Anderson Silva the credit that this guy deserves. 7-1 underdog. He's a crafty veteran. He's very talented. He's got knockout power. And if it went to the ground, he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu and has submitted a lot of guys who are great jiu-jitsu black belts. So people are nuts counting him out.
You didn't get the win tonight, but you put on a pretty masterful performance. As you can tell, the crowd was going pretty crazy for that. Were you happy with your performance tonight?
Yeah, I'm happy, of course. I'm working very hard for win, but I'm happy to my performance. I talked to my team about that, and everybody talked to me and say, don't worry, it's good. Let's go back to home and start training again and continue your legacy,
Now that you've got this in the bag, you've got the victory, this was an emotional opportunity, a big opportunity for you. What is the feeling like for you right now?
The best way I could describe it was like being in a twilight zone. So when I get to download my thoughts alone, then I can kind of But one thing is that was cool. That was cool as fuck. He caught one of my kicks, and I knew he was trying to catch it. And, I tripped. And as I was getting back up, I was like, all right, here comes the flying knee. I've seen this many times. And I just slid to the left. And I was like, I've seen this too many. And he tried so many tricks that I've seen. Even when I made him faint and he'd react say, example, if he react with his hands out, then he'd just bring it back and do the hand kung fu shit. And I'm like, my man, I've seen these too many times. Even UFC 112, Abu Dhabi with Damian Maia. He's trying to bait him to strike. Come on, throw your biggest shot. So he put his hands down and even put his back against the fence. That's how Bisping got caught with an up kick. I'm not stupid, I'm smarter than I look. But hands down, getting punched in the face with some measly strikes, and they expected me to throw a big one. I'm like, dude, it was cool. It was cool, just a cool experience. And I said after the fight, everyone else plays it on EA Sports, and I get to play it in real life with the real dudes. So I win.
You said you want to fight in Curitiba. What would make sense for you in Curitiba?
Well, now because the last time when I tried to fight in Curitiba, I have problems and I take the series very fast and I come out the card. And now I have a chance for fight in my city, when everything start. And I talked to Ed and talked to my team, and maybe I think makes sense fight me and Nick Diaz in Curitiba. Let's go see. It's just waiting for Dana, because it's not time to make the good decisions or not. and hopefully I go fight in Curitiba.
Conor McGregor tweeted out after the fight. He gave you a lot of compliments, basically calling you a pioneer, and he said that it would be an honor. I think he's insinuating he would like to fight you. What do you think about that?
Well, first of all, I respect the champ, and the second one, I think in this point in my career, in the Conor career, it's a very interesting doing something special for the fans. I think the super fight, me and Conor, is a very interesting, and let's go see. The future is inside UFC is very interesting because everything's changed fast. But, I'm ready back to fight very soon.
First and foremost, can you tell us the latest on Rob? We saw that he's out of surgery, but what can you tell us about his
Yeah, that's it. He's out of surgery, and basically what they told me was his colon and his intestines had popped out. And they don't think that he didn't do anything yesterday, so they don't think it was anything that he did yesterday. They think he's had it for a while, and it's been popping in and out. The scary part is that if he took a shot to the stomach while that was popping, he could have died. I mean, he could rupture the colon and you become septic, and that's not good. Everything happens for a reason. This worked out. It's great the way this worked out, actually, to find out that this kid had this problem and was unhealthy, and we were able to get it fixed, and they think he'll be out 4 to 6 weeks. I was talking to Matt Damon tonight, and he disagrees. He said he's had hernia surgery, and anybody who said 4 to 6 weeks is ridiculous. That's not right. So we'll see how this thing plays out for Rob.
Just in terms of Israel, as far as what's next, do you think there's any chance that he sort of gets this title shot over Kelvin Gastelum? I know there's unfinished business there, but at the presser there was talk that this was for the number one contender spot.
I think it is. This was for the number one contender spot, but we got to see how this plays out with Robin and how he's feeling.
What do you think should happen? I mean, we got to wait and see what's going on with Rob, but, I mean, do you feel like you should jump ahead of Kelvin Gastelum now? Do you feel, what?
I'll put it this way, 3 ways. First, in the short term, a shower. I really, really want to just be alone with my thoughts. Secondly, well, if you look at the YouTube, even just the numbers itself, like the official countdown on YouTube, last I checked, it was like 300,000 views. Rob's on was like 300,000 views with Kelvin. And me and Anderson, I'm pretty sure our one would have been past 1 million by now, 1 million views. So we've known who the people wanted to see for so long. And even Rob said he didn't care. Good. Now the pay-per-view points. Where do they go? What happens to them? I'm just wondering. Just maybe I have to sit down with Dana and Mick and talk, because that's a lot of money being left on the table, and it just stays in the hand of the dealer. And maybe me and Anderson can split those, because we put on a good show. We go fight of the night. And in the long term, I'm the number one contender. I'm the guy fighting for the belt. Or I don't care. Kelvin or Rob, whoever it is, I'm fighting for the belt. Whoever has the belt, because I see Kelvin walking around with that belt, and I don't know who gave it to him or if he got on the stool to get, I don't know, whatever. I'm fighting for the belt next. That's all I know. I did my job. I showed up to work.
When the main event got pulled, how did the decision for Veneta and Mariano to move up to co-main event? How did that come about?
Because the guys called me from Vegas and said, what do you want to do? And I said, this is a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Tell me the last shitty fight you saw that kid in. It doesn't exist. I love the way that kid fights. And that's the thing. He had said something to me about I'm on Fight Pass, but you're the main event on Fight Pass. What people don't realize is there's actually a marketing budget for Fight Pass. So all the attention goes to him. Then there's a marketing budget for the guy who headlines ESPN. So everybody gets a shitload of money spent on them. So we make sure that we put the best guys or the ones that we think are going to put on the best fights in those main event positions.
I just wanted to know what you thought about Montana De La Rosa's fight against Nadia, and then when she was back here, she said that she wanted to fight Paige Van Zant, and I just want to know what you think about that match.
Yeah, I like it. And what I thought about her, she got $50,000 tonight, so I thought it was great. She looked dynamite tonight.
Now, I just want to go back on the Jimmy Crute and Sam Alvey fight. Now, I agree with you, it was a bad stoppage, but Jimmy Crute tried the walkaway. What did you think of that?
No, the ref screwed that up too.
Yeah.
The ref jumped in there and he thought the ref was breaking it up. The ref did a really, really bad job. Real poor refereeing in that fight. And when something like that happens, it could have cost Crute the fight, because if Alvey got back up and then he goes to stop it too soon, then he stops it too early. In my opinion, it happens sometimes, and it sucks for Sam.